fellow gamers, and welcome to Shifting Gears, the first episode of Shifting Gears on MLG.TV. I'm your host, Clutch. A little introduction about myself. I've worked for MLG for almost a year on different positions, especially with the StarCraft 2 stream. You can follow me on Twitter at Clutch08, and I am uber excited to be hosting this show on MLG.TV. This show's going to encompass a lot of video gaming news, opinion, fact, and also seeing kind of the state of the entertainment industry, most especially with relation to video games. So we have some exciting stuff to talk about in this episode. But first, let's talk about MLG Raleigh. Hurricane Irene could not stop this event. We were in the convention center in the city center of Raleigh, which is actually the evacuation center. So if we had to evacuate, we would have evacuated to where we were anyway. We had a really good attendance. I was surprised with the amount of people that did show up in light of a hurricane, a Category 2, or maybe it was knocked down to 1 by the time it hit land. And the crowd was fantastic. The energy was high. The finals were incredible for StarCraft 2. And also League of Legends, Halo, and Black Ops had some good audiences as well. And there was also a really cool Mortal Kombat tournament that I got to briefly see some promotion for that. And when we were setting up, I was playing a little bit of Mortal Kombat myself on the fight pads, the fight sticks. And I can play a pretty mean Melina. But it definitely was a lot of fun. And out of all the fighting games, that's the one that I enjoy the most. From growing up as a little kid, I know my parents maybe have not let me play those games, but I convinced them anyways. And I'm glad I did, because those games were a lot of fun, even though they were uber violent. But I really enjoy Mortal Kombat, and I'm glad it's on the circuit for MLG. And it's really cool to see how well that game has done. Warner Brothers has stated to the press that Mortal Kombat 9, or Mortal Kombat the reboot, has done better than expected in terms of sales. So I definitely hope for a sequel to that incredible game that I've highly enjoyed. And I did unlock Melina's secret costume after the 300 challenge tower, which was definitely a challenge. Definitely a challenge, especially the last level. But it was a lot of fun, and the prize itself may not have been worth it, but the prestige of knowing that you've completed all of those challenges was definitely worth it. So I wanted to share a couple photos, a couple behind-the-scenes photos, and a couple really cool crowd shots of MLG Raleigh. So let's go ahead and take a look. This first shot is the floor on the day before we open up the doors. So all of you see here, or most of what you see here, is actually shipped in on trucks from a loadout point, from a place that MLG warehouses all this equipment, and is driven over to the different convention centers where we have our pro circuit tournament and set up by a really hardworking set of people, the road staff or the technical guys that are in charge of setting everything up. So they do a really good job. Here is the Halo stage. They're doing some video testing here. You can see the color bars to distinguish the 3 different screens up there, and then the monitors down below. They also hosted the Gears of War 3 exhibition match on this side, and that was a lot of fun to watch. Here is the Diamond Arena for League of Legends being set up. And here's myself along with the sound engineer for the StarCraft Red stream, Anthony, and then you can see Casso in the back. Working hard, just setting stuff up, making sure the computers are good to go, the StarCraft 2 client's working, and this is the red desk where Tasteless and Artosis spent most of their time casting. Here is the Diamond Arena continuing to be set up. As you can see, the Astro and Stride and National Guard booths in the back. Some of our awesome sponsors. Here is a crowd shot from the stairway. Obviously, you can see StarCraft 2 in the middle there. And then the feature station towards your right, where the Alienware-sponsored feature station has most of the Blue Stream matches. That's where the Blue Stream would cover the matches. And it was really cool because we had a robot cam up there that could cover the floor. Here is Gears of War 3. This is a single-player exhibition or a single-player demo. And the graphics are phenomenal. Hearing the game with the huge sound stage, or the sound mechanics, or the sound system, that's the proper word, the sound system for Gears of War 3 was incredible. And here's a great crowd shot of StarCraft 2. Seats were full. A lot of people had to stand. We know. Spawn more seats, spawn more seats. All right, here is Forecourt Jester in Remington casting some League of Legends. Forecourt Jester with his trademark hat. Had that at the beginning of the cast. If you tune into League of Legends, there were some issues, some hardware issues, but they were fixed and taken care of. We're not, going to point fingers at blame or anything like that. It was something that happened, and we apologize, and Riot apologized, and the problem's been fixed, and we'll go from there. So League of Legends, however, what was streamed was a lot of fun to watch. The finals were pretty short because CLG just did work against Epic, but it was really cool to see the first match where Curse Gaming beat Counterlogic Pro, or the first game at least, but not the whole match. Counterlogic Pro came back and defeated him. And here are some of the casters. You got Husky, you got Artosis, JP, Day 9, and then there's Casso. He is in charge of graphics for the StarCraft 2 Red Stream. The man in the awesome-looking blue shirt is Coley. He is one of the tech guys for MLG and does a great job making sure everything is working for our players, for the computers, for their headsets, for the Astro mix amps, and he is mainly on the main stage. So if you come to an MLG event, or even if you watch it from home, you'll probably see him on camera here and there, making sure everything is good to go for the players in the booths for StarCraft 2. Here's another crowd shot. I think it was a little bit earlier in the day. See some seats aren't filled yet, or some players or press could sit up in front, which was cool. There's a nice crowd shot. Some more StarCraft 2 action. Crowd did have a lot of fun. And there's some more League of Legends gameplay going on. Another crowd shot. You can see more people back here standing in the back. We know. Chairs, we know, but there's a fire code, and we have to adhere to that fire code, or the fire marshal could shut the whole event down. So, sorry guys, but I saw a couple guys over here that had brought their own mini chairs to sit down. So I can either approve or disapprove based on the fire code, but pretty clever idea to bring one of those chairs there. That guy has a really cool backpack. Just wanted to point that out. However, you can see more people sitting on the ground enjoying more of StarCraft 2, and the fans are pretty die-hard amidst a hurricane to come and watch the awesome matches that we had. And there on the main stage is Bomber, along with the casting team, receiving his trophy for winning the MLG Raleigh 2011 StarCraft 2 event. There he is, holding it up high. There's like a double shot of Sean Day 9 back there. It's pretty cool. It's almost like his ghost having out-of-body experience. The same with Bomber. And then there's like a third one right here. But that's the camera angle. That's pretty sweet. All right, guys. Well, those are the photos that I took there. I wanted to kind of give you a little behind-the-scenes kind of thing with some shots. But the event was a lot of fun. It was really cool. I will work on my shirt-throwing skills there so I can not hit somebody in the head with those shirts. I got to stop throwing them like a baseball. I got to fling them like a frisbee, which I was doing for the hoodies. But we're really glad that the crowd is really pumped up, and we really look forward to MLG Orlando. So, speaking of MLG and some of you receiving some Riot Singe skins, well, it just so happens that I have some more Riot Singe skins to give out. But first, in celebration of Riot Singe and in celebration of League of Legends being on the pro circuit at MLG Raleigh, I wanted to highlight a really cool League of Legends game that myself and some friends had played with some amazing Singe play by a friend of mine and a really cool event that happened at Barron's. Let's switch over to there. All right, everybody, welcome to another casted game of League of Legends. Myself, Clutch, will be playing the role of Morgana. I'm playing a game with a couple friends of mine. I wanted to share this with everybody because this game holds a special place in my heart. Just because how good it was, the amazing back-and-forth team effort on both teams, and also a really, really cool play around the Baron area. And I specifically wanted to highlight my friend Odyssey playing as a remarkable Singe. So we'll go ahead and get the game started. We are up by 2 kills, but the turrets are a little bit even here. Both the mid turrets have been destroyed on each side. However, on purple side, our top turret has been destroyed, while their bottom turret has been destroyed. So it's pretty even at this juncture right now. We have Akali and Morgana and Teemo up top, Singed in the mid, and Aurelia on bottom. On the blue team here, there is Aurelia and Caitlyn. Singed doesn't give a gosh darn. He just rolls in, throws his poison around to kill those minions, and do some amazing work of killing those killing those little minions of gold. Up top, Morgana, Akali, and Teemo are pushing that turret. That turret looks like it's going to go down, while the blue team tries to go up to save it, but to no avail. Karthus is up top, while Aurelia was pushing bottom. Now she's heading up in the river. The mid is having a battle of the minions, and the blue buff looked like going to the blue team there. Trying to kill some stuff in the jungle and get that buff. Buffs, of course, are very important for tipping the scales in team fights with specific characters, and also to steal them is great. Oh! And the ice wall goes down. Morgana tries to shut down the caster, but he throws his ice. Caitlyn throws her net to no avail, while Singed follows up everybody with some poison, some purple mist in the river there to kind of cover everybody and stop the pursuit of the blue team onto purple's turf. Anivia's Ice Wall can definitely throw somebody's or a team's strategy off by cutting off reinforcements or cutting off an escape route. Really kind of handy. Kali in the mid looks like her and Singe are going to do some damage. Singe just running around, just not taking that much damage at all, but he needs to get out of there. Karthus can continue to cast and killing some minions. Up top, Morgana and Teemo pushing back against those minions, trying to stop the minion push up top, while bottom looks like it's having a good minion push for the purple side to push that turret, but Anivia shows up to kill it. And Teemo and Morgana are up top, Singe looping up behind with Akali and Aurelia going towards the river. Aurelia looks like she's going to try to initiate. Oh, and the big beast bull says no, pushes her back. And no blue for you, Aurelia, to steal. However, Aurelia's in some deep trouble because it's a trap, and she's able to flash out of there. Morgana stuns Alistair. However, Karthus ult kills Aurelia. So it's now 4-on-5. As Morgana is being chased, knocked back by Alistair. She flashes out. Is she able to get out of there? Throws a shield on herself. Throws a stun on Aurelia. Caitlyn, oh, gets the shot on Morgana. Morgana is almost down. She has got to go back to heal up. Teemo pushing the top a little bit, but Anivia is there to counter the minion push in the mid. We have Alistair, Karthus, and Aurelia trying to push up top and do some damage to that turret. That turret, however, seems to be able to stop them for now. However, Alistair can take some damage to the tank, and they're going to focus that turret. Odyssey is Singe trying to do something here, and then Akali moves in with her stun, trying to do some damage against Alistair. Alistair just laughs. However, he gets flipped by Singe and taken out. Oh, and so does Akali. Killed in action. The turret goes down. Aurelia, Anivia, and Caitlyn and Karthus are in the mid. Their damage has been done. Teemo taking some shots from... Oh no, and Singe taken out. Morgana and Teemo have got to fall back to their base. Aurelia shows up to do backup. A great kill. Oh, and Morgana ults and takes out more of their team. However, she gets killed in the process. That's why the screen goes blank. Just crazy back and forth team fights in the mid. Too much to even cast. Too fast. Oh, and is Teemo able to get out of there? Just barely enough HP to make it out of there alive to go back. He is the only one left. The spawning time or the resurrection time or whatever time you want to call it is at 0 for Akali. The res time is that's abbreviated. It's kind of funny to say resurrection is a full word in games like this when you try to abbreviate things to get it out faster. The bottom is still looking good for the minions trying to get that push. However, Anivia and Alistair are going to show up to clean it up, as you should. Protect their turret. Timo and Akali are in mid. Gonna clean up some of these minions. Akali looks like she's gonna have top. Timo's got his mushrooms, doing some scouting up top to make sure none of the blue team sneaks through those bushes. Akali's gonna kill some golems. And myself, Morgana, has spawned, so now it's a brighter, sunnier time here on Summoner's Rift. Play the Alistar on the bottom, cleaning up those minions. Timo's going to head mid, and Caitlyn is mid as well. Both have red buff. A red buff showdown in the dance of death between the minions in the mid. And Aurelia and Morgana are going to come down mid. Looks like Aurelia's going to scoot down bottom, and Morgana's going to help clean up these minions with Timo here. And bottom with Singed and Alistar. The tanks going back and forth, just damage upon damage. It's going to come down to who's going to gank who, whose teammate's going to show up. Morgana is heading down bottom. Anivia is up top. Looks like she's going to try to do a face-off with Akali there. Aurelia shows up, tries to get the gank on Alistar, and trying to burn him down continually. Will they be able to get him before he runs away? Oh, and Flip goes on. Singe trying to do some damage, throwing down some poison, and Alistar, the big, beefy tank, goes down. Definitely a victory for the purple team there. Timo in mid, launching his darts, cleaning up some minions. Akali hiding in the grass, trying to gauge what Anivia is going to do there. If he or she, or the bird, or it is going to push out. I think it's she. And a little quiet on the western front here. Good time to maybe get some jungler or scout with the teams going on. But no, the purple team's going to push a little bit, take out some minions, see what blue is doing. It looks like they're staying in front of their base, protecting that turret, staying behind the wall of minions there for protection. But Singe doesn't give a crap. He takes it out with his purple pixie dust of poison. Kills those minions straight out. And Timo and Aurelia, Timo in the blue jungle, laying down some mushrooms. Aurelia helping that push on the bottom. Akali helping the push up top, while Singed and Morgana keep them busy in the mid. Good strategy here on the purple side. However, Anivia's going to show up top with Aurelia to counter that push of those minions up top. And Morgana and Singed are still in the mid, trying to inflict some damage against Caitlyn. The only one it looks like that is in the mid, while the bottom, Karthus throwing his ult, doing a lot of damage, taking out Aurelia. Morgana at half health just from that ult there. However, Singed running like a madman through the jungle. Aurelia shows up. Morgana throws down her shield. Not enough damage going to be done against this team. Timo shows up against Alistar. Timo just throwing his blow dart, trying to do some damage. Morgana and Singed show up on the bottom, trying to help out Timo. Those golems might be in the way. Oh, trying to do some attacks against Morgana, hitting her a little bit, and Timo's trying to run. Singed is going to use his go fast, trying to get to... Oh, and Morgana does a terrible flash into the wall. Oh, and she misses. However, it's enough damage to take down Alistar. Morgana not looking too sharp there, flashing into the wall and then missing her death coil. However, Singed did do a flip, so better luck next time. Morgana going to lay down a Tainted Soil, take out these minions. Nice amount of gold there. Right-click some of these minions, kind of trying to gauge what's going on, trying to keep the push on the bottom towards those turrets. No one on the map from blue showing up for purple team, so this is definitely a time to be careful. An easy time to get ganked here when you don't see any of the enemy on the map. Karthus shows up at the bottom turret to clear it out. Timo and Singe will be hitting that blue buff, and Akali is still up top, taking out those minions and pushing up. Pushing down, I should say. A mushroom and a trap next to each other, close to Baron. Good little, not as, the sight radius not as big as a ward, but a good little scouting maneuver, scouting tool for Caitlyn and Timo. And still killing those minions, trying to get that XP, get that gold. Everybody's at 18 now, so it's definitely to get that gold, to buy those better items. Makes or break the game, most definitely. And to use the strategy of those items, too, is important to counter what the opponent is doing. Definitely if you need magic resistance or magic penetration, to find out what your opponents use as their items in their playstyle is definitely key to understanding what items you should be purchasing to counter that and to exploit their weaknesses, at the same time enhancing your build. Enhancing your build is the number one priority, of course, with your items, and countering what the team is doing is the second priority, but they are really close together, because if you keep pumping AP, and
whole team is magic resistance, then somebody definitely on your team that's AD need to be up in 80 damage. All right, looks like Aurelia is going to try to get some damage on Alistair here. A lot of minions from that push from Alistair. Aurelia is just going to come right in and do some damage. That turret is focusing down on minions, it looks like, because Alistair is not taking a hit on Aurelia. However, at the top is a great fight. Alistair takes down the turret anyway. Aurelia is trying and takes him down, while the team fight up top produces no victory here. However, Alistair thinks it was worth it, while Aurelia continues to just burn him down. I'm surprised he didn't try to get out of there sooner and let the minions do the rest of the work against the turret, but that's what he was going for. Akali is going B, while Caitlyn, Karthus, Anivia, and Aurelia are up top trying to make that push. Singe throws down his slow. Ooh, and a miss from Morgana. However, it looked like it was going to hit. And Teemo shows up, does a little bit of damage to Caitlyn. Anivia, Aurelia. Aurelia coming down through the bush there, trying to do some damage to Morgana. Morgana misses her death coil once again, out of range. The blue team is hiding out in those bushes, trying to do some damage, using the jungle fog of war to hide themselves, and a ice wall goes down to stop Singe's pursuit there, while Teemo goes mid to clean up those minions, and Aurelia is bottom pushing. Karthus looks like he bead or teleported to get to that turret. Morgana and Singed in the mid, just floating around, killing some creep here to get some gold. Really can't push anything right now. Aurelia is still bottom, trying to get the kill on Karthus. Takes him out. Will she be able to get out of there? No, the turret is able to kill her to a really good range, and Karthus throws down his ult. Probably would have killed her anyway if she got out of range of the turret because of Karthus's ult. And the mid is trying to do some damage here, clearing those minions once again, trying to get those minion pushes, guys. I mean, look at bottom. Minions are slowly but surely taking out that turret. And every little bit helps in this game, and it's also great to spread up your opponent's forces or focus, so you can be able to push a lane harder with more of your teammates while the minions are pushing another area. So good strategy you use sometimes to divide and conquer. Now Singe moves in, does a little bit of a flip to Alistair. Alistair taking damage from that purple mist of poison. The trap on Morgana. Morgana's not watching where she's going there. And Singe using his go fast, using his ghost, trying to get to him. And Alistair flips, turns around. He's in the grass. He is not going to make it. He is dead. Caitlyn too little too late. Anivia in the grass as well. Singe just doesn't care. Runs toward him, fires his poison, and runs away. The wonderful world of Singed. Being able to run straight on an enemy and run away without fear. That is the way to play him. You still got to play him smart, but you can definitely get you can get away with a lot more than you could as Morgana or Teemo. Oh, and Akali using her stealth to try to get out of there. However, Caitlyn shows up, is going to do some range damage to her, but Akali looks like she's going to be able to get out of there. Morgana going around to mid and through the river to do some backup, throws a shield just in case somebody's trying to do a long shot against her. And back in the middle with Teemo. Akali looks like she's going to go bottom. Aurelia pushing those minions, and a little bit of a team fight going in. Morgana gets a stun on Aurelia. A nice shot. Anivia tries to throw a ice move there to try to free somebody and get the yank on him or take him out, but it does not work. Caitlyn throwing her net. The minions pushing through. Another shot by Anivia to detract the opposing force from moving in. However, Akali moving through the jungle of blue, trying to maybe set up a gank along with Aurelia. A pincer attack in the mid there, while Singe and Teemo and Morgana have fallen back to the minions. A good minion push going on top, and a good minion push going on bottom past the midline river. It's going to divide up the opposing force, and Caitlyn is in the mid trying to get some shots in, while Alistair is bottom. Looks like Anivia's going to head down there too to harass him and try to push into that turret. And we have Karthus and Aurelia in the mid along with Caitlyn trying to get some damage done themselves, trying to maybe initiate a team fight here, but it's not going to go down. They're going to take out the minions and move back. Aurelia is on Alistair. Aurelia is going to have to get out of there because the rest of Alistair's teammates are nowhere to be found on the minimap, which means you're going to be on the way. Aurelia is just continuing to move on Alistair. However, will she be able to get out of there as The other Aurelia and Caitlyn and Karthus have showed up. No, she is not able to get out of there. Linger too long without checking the minimap. That is a habit. You know you can get the kill. You know you can do it, but you have spent too much time alone. And the rest of the team is not found on the map and will take you out. So make sure you watch the minimap all the time to try to know where the opposing forces' teammates are, what they are doing. They're going to be preparing for a gank. Singed and Morgana and Akali up top, trying to push his turret, try to get another turret kill there. Singed using his mystical poison to take out these minions, going back and forth in a serpentine belt there to cover more ground. And Aurelia will be up in 26 seconds. It's like Karthus and Nivea. And it's like Caitlyn is up top. Aurelia is on the bottom, though, with a great minion push. Somebody's going to need to clean that up. Akali. Oh, and Singed in the mid. Karthus uses his Zhonya's. However, Morgana shows up. And the blue team falls back. A nice Zhonya's by Karthus there. Minions destroyed the turret with Aurelia's help on the bottom lane for purple. Teemo trying to clean it up. Singed in the mid along with Morgana. And Akali trying to set up a gank, but it looks like it's going to be to no avail. There are too many of them. And the minions are going to clash it out in the mid. And Akali, it's taken out by Caitlyn. Shot through the heart. And Aurelia with Morgana on the dark. Just dead. I mean, it happened so fast. I can comment on that with the Dark Binding and then the Tormented Soil. However, Aurelia not able to get out of it. Yes, she's able to get out of there. Morgana shows up, does a stun on Anivia. Singed is just taking damage. And Anivia is taken out, thrown into an A-class form of death. And Singed moves farther in to try to take them out. Throws some slow. Morgana with the stun on Karthus. Singed is able to right-click Karthus and take him out. And Morgana throws down the black shield to absorb that magical damage. Not any turret damage, but that magical damage of Singed. Anyway, that was a nice dark binding from Morgana. Sometimes call it a death coil for some reason, but it is a dark binding. And the soul shackle is called. Death coil is from another game, Warcraft 3. That the undead would use there, the undead champion. All right, and it looks like Singed is trying to come from behind and do some damage, absorbing the... Oh, and Morgana flashing out does a shackle. No, Alistair doesn't care. Does a dark binding against Alistair. And Aurelia is going top, taking damage from the turrets. Try to get that kill, moving past the mid turret there. And Alistair is covering mid while Teemo, Captain Teemo, pushes bottom and takes out the turret. Dark Binding, not Death Coil, Dark Binding. This kind of looks like a Death Coil, doesn't it? Anyway. And there's the Dark Binding on Caitlyn. She is snared. Does a good amount of damage while Singed goes back. Oh, Anivia destroyed by Aurelia. That was fast. That top has a good push there. Aurelia was able to catch him in the jungle. They're going to try to push that top turret. Her and Akali. Caitlyn shows up along with Aurelia to do some defense here. While bottom has a bit of a good minion push from Teemo. Aurelia and Akali look like they're going to get out of there. Throwing down stealth for Akali and a slow for the opponent. Teemo throwing down mushrooms, gauging what's going on, trying to keep an eye on Baron. Oh, mushrooms go down. Caitlyn's in the mid. So Alistair does not attempt to Baron, but Teemo will move in, do some damage to Alistair. Alistair goes, get away from me, and flicks him away. Teemo continually do some blow dart damage against him. Morgana is going to move down to the mid to help push that turret. Karthus is there as well, trying to do some defense, but too many of them for him to stay. He uses Zhonya's and gets out of there. He is flipped by Singed. Morgana is able to take the turret out. They have no turret as defense. Karthus is going to go down. However, he is still alive. He's going to ult. And a lot of damage done against Purple. However, a turret does go down. When I say still alive for Karthus, he is dead. He can just cast for a couple seconds as it goes. Timo and Akali, the only ones left alive on Team Purple, while Blue is able to lick their wounds a bit and try to kill some minions here. Timo killing some minions for himself. There comes Aurelia and Anivia. He is going to stick in the bush and try to go invis here. Will they be able to scout him? Aurelia walks right past Timo, right on top of him, and just leaves. Excellent, excellent work by Timo to just stay still and stay hidden and stay stealth and try to work in a gank here or work in for some minions to show up for some help. He shows that Anivia is at Baron. There is no sight of Baron except the mushroom there, and Anivia is running around, not initiating yet. He does hit the mushroom. So the scout for Baron is gone. Timo still in that bush. Akali showing up, trying to gauge what's going on. The cooldown for Singed is at 10 seconds. And Timo trying to take out Caitlyn there, popping out of the grass, just burning her down. And Caitlyn is taken out by the stealth expert Timo hiding in the bush. Wonderful use of that scout code. Akali gauging what's going on with Baron there. They know that Blue is next to Baron. Something's going on with Baron. Karthus and Aurelia and Anivia, however, have backed out, so it looks like they're not going to attempt to get Baron. And the Team Purple is back mid at full force, it seems, while Timo and Aurelia are going to head back and clean up, or Aurelia at least is going to go back to bottom and clean up. However, Singed throws down a ward, a greatly placed ward. Oh, and takes some damage from, doesn't take any damage from Akali, or from Alistar. It looks like he had his Banshee's Veil, absorbed what was going on. However, it looks like Blue is going to hit Baron. They take out the ward. The sight is gone for Team Purple. They know Team Blue is in that general vicinity, but they don't have enough people to go and try to stop them. However, Singed, Timo, and Aurelia are on the way as Morgana and Akali hide in the bush, and the push is going to go on with Singed leading the way, using his go fast. There goes the Black Shield to get on him. Baron is there. He's almost dead. Morgana throws the Dark Binding and kills Baron. Baron buff on Team Purple, and they are going to clean up Team Blue. Incredible Dark Binding from Morgana. Baron stolen from Morgana. As Aurelia runs for cover, Singed flips her back. Morgana shows up, misses the Dark Binding. However, Aurelia is taken out. She's going to use her res. She's going to be taken out anyways because there's too many people around her with mushrooms to boot to slow her down. And the push is going to continue from Team Purple with the Baron buff taking out these turrets and moving towards a GG victory here from the death of Team Blue. Incredible timing, incredible use of Singed leading the way with the proper buffs on him. Karthus is ulting. Will he be able to get a kill? Looks like that's a no. And the push continues from Team Purple here to take out these turrets, take out the inhibitors, and secure a victory for their side. A miss on the Dark Binding from Morgana, but continue to keep mid busy. Caitlyn taking some damage, just staying within the Tormented Soil, not even caring. Not even carrying some Tormented Soul. Top is going to be able to right-click this turret down. Karthus trying to impede their progress here of taking him out. Karthus using his abilities to try to take him out. It's not going to work. I mean, he's good as Zhonya's, but Singed is going to take him out anyways. However, he's able to kind of get out of there with a false hope as Singed takes him out. And Akali's continuing to right-click that turret. That turret goes down. While Morgana is at the mid, killing minions and taking out the turret on her own. While Top is distracted with Singed, Aurelia, and Akali taking him out. Moving to the mid to help out Morgana to take out that turret. And now taking out that inhibitor. Kabooyah. Super minions will be spawning down the mid and soon down the top there. While Team Blue is hanging out, trying not to fully engage. Timo is now rezzed and up. Morgana takes out the inhibitor and a flip from Singed to try to take out Caitlyn. She's able to get out of there with the ice wall. However, people flash buy it. Aurelia moves in and try to take out even more people there. She's getting hit hard by the turrets, while the other Aurelia takes her out, and the turret is able to kill the Aurelia on Team Purple. However, Akali tries to do some damage of her own, but is taken out by Aurelia on Team Purple. Singed taking some damage as well. Morgana missing her Dark Binding because they are just too fast on Team Blue. And the minions continue to push while Team Blue tries to clean up and recover, but not going to recover from Teemo moving in to just blow dart to death Aurelia. Singed leading the way, Black Shield putting on Teemo to absorb any magical damage, and at the bottom, look at this minion wave, and the Dark Binding from Morgana on Karthus, the flip from Singed, the right-clicking on from Morgana to get Karthus down. Karthus uses his Zonias, however, Morgana is just going to be able to take him out. She is not going to make it, though, because Karthus was there to kill her. However, the turret is dead. Karthus' ult goes off. Oh, and is not able to kill Singed. The Ice Wall goes down, but Singed doesn't care. Singed has got the health. He is running out of there. Teemo is right-clicking Anivia. Anivia goes down. Alistair's going to go down. Singed absorbing the damage. Teemo using his blow dart of death to take down Team Blue. There is nothing left except Caitlyn and 2 turrets and an inhibitor from Team Blue to try to stop. And Teemo doesn't care about Caitlyn. Teemo doesn't care about 2 turrets. He pushes in and right-clicks with his blow dart and takes Caitlyn out. Nobody left alive to stop Singed and Teemo on bottom. Incredible play by Singed, sticking in there and taking out what needed to be taken out with Teemo's help. And these turrets are going to get shot down. Minions, super minions spawning from all 3 lanes. Everybody from Purple is alive, moving in for the victory. Aurelia shows up trying to do some damage. It's too little, too late. And now everybody in the Team Blue base is right-clicking the Nexus. And that is a sweet, sweet victory for Team Purple.
Victory!
All right, everybody, welcome back. Now, in order to get your Riot Singed code, you need to follow me on Twitter at Clutch08 and send me a message with your silver or gold MLG membership ID, and I will send you a code for Riot Singed. However, I only have, a handful left, so please send those IDs to me, and the faster you do, the more likely you are to get a code for Riot Singed. Well, let's shift gears over to talking about Diablo 3, this background, which I will continue to have until the beta is released. Now, the community website has been released, and if we look at the track record for StarCraft 2 when it came to releasing the community website, and then releasing the beta, and then releasing news about the full game release date, then we are on track as far as the beta being released this month, either mid-September or later September. So that's some good news. There's been some word that the friends and family beta invites have been sent out. And from there, I'm guessing it's still a non-disclosure agreement. They have also sent out some beta invites for Star Wars: The Old Republic, if you've signed up for that. But looking at the community website for Diablo 3, the artwork definitely looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and bring it up real quick. If you go to Diablo3.com and then hit the community website, it still looks the same. But if you hit forums, or one of those links over to the right, it will send you to the new community website, including the forums, which you can post. You no longer have to have a Diablo 2 account, or I think even like a Warcraft 3 account to post in the forums. You can post with your World of Warcraft or StarCraft 2 account as well. And you can check out the different little blogs and posts from Blizzard. The artwork looks pretty cool, but I wanted to focus on Back to Basics, the class resource system. Now, I talked about this in a previous episode, the different resources used for different characters, and every class has a different resource to use. So, like the Wizard and the Witch Doctor do not both use mana. The Witch Doctor will use mana, but the Wizard uses arcane power. So let's kind of go over this real quick. You have Life, which is on the left side of your screen. That's obvious. And then for the Barbarian, you have Fury on your right. And this paragraph describes what Fury is all about. It says this resource depletes over time whenever the Barbarian isn't fighting. So the more you fight, the faster the Fury orb fills up for you to do more moves. So you use your different resources for the different skills that you have. You have the Monk, which is Spirit, and then Spirit is used to activate different moves, which makes sense, obviously. But Spirit is generated through the use of melee attacks and select special abilities and does not degenerate until used by a skill that costs Spirit. So with the Barbarian, the Fury will degenerate, but with the Monk, his Spirit will not. Which, Doctor, mana, we know how mana works. The paragraph there will go into more detail. And then the Wizard has Arcane Power. And that is the resource system for the different classes for Diablo. Now, it was interesting, the comments that were posted about this on the website saying, oh, this is like, World of Warcraft with the resource system as far as, the warriors and the paladins and the mages and whatnot have different resources. Well, yeah, if WoW maybe has something like that, but this is Diablo. So, in Diablo 2, if you were a paladin or a sorceress or other classes, I'm thinking, who else used mana? Those are the two that come to mind. That's what you used. You had mana. And for Amazon, she didn't have mana. She just threw stuff. So, with having this resource system for each of the classes, it's kind of cool to see the economy of using your abilities and the different play styles of how to allocate more resources. Is it waiting over time? Is it actually going out and attacking and building up that resource? So that adds another level or depth to these different characters and to different strategies. But still, if we don't have the beta yet, Blizzard, we want the beta. Release it. I want the beta. I'm excited. I have been looking at this background for months. Other Diablo backgrounds. And Diablo 2 has been fun to play with my friends. Been streaming some Diablo 2 regular and hardcore action, so look for more of that to come, especially to celebrate when Diablo 3 is coming out, to kind of enjoy the past experiences, which are now, oh my gosh, over 10 years old, of Diablo 2. I remember the computer that I had when Diablo 2 came out couldn't handle it. Diablo 2 was too powerful. My computer could not handle that game. And the amount of computer lag I'd play just trying to play it. And then when I got a new computer, I thought, yes, I can play Diablo 2 now. And now going back and looking at the graphics and everything, it is phenomenal to see how far we have come in graphics and in hardware and just in technology in general. So very cool. So keep an eye out. Beta around the corner. Hopefully this month it will be released. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I'm going to talk about the topic of remastering in terms of video games and movies. We've seen it a lot lately, especially with titles that have been released to the 3DS and with movies. Does it hurt the original artistic work? Does it enhance it? Does it do both? We will discuss that, and at the end of the show, I will reveal the details of how to get your hands on this signed Artosis and Tasteless t-shirt. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.